All right, guys, I want y'all to tell me what's wrong with this picture. You know what, guys? I was thinking about this. I've been thinking about this for a few days. I have no intention of buying a truck. I don't like driving that much to buy a truck. I prefer to drive for a company. And the reason for that is this. You don't have to worry about maintenance. You know, like right now, if this was my truck, I have an oil filter that's leaking. If this was my truck, I would, well, first of all, if it was my truck, I probably wouldn't have an oil filter leaking because I would have put the damn thing on the correct way. But just say if for some reason the oil filter wasn't put on correctly, if this was my truck, I would have to get on the ground and tighten up the oil filter. Or I would replace the oil filter and put a new one on. Probably I'd tighten it up. That's probably what's wrong with it. Just need tightening up. But I would have to do that, which is not a real big deal, but I would have to do it. Being the company driver, I called my company. I texted my supervisor. He told me to call the leasing company. I called the leasing company. The leasing company is going to call Love's. I'm down here in Love, Sanderville, Mississippi. Now this is probably 20 minutes ago since I talked to them, and they haven't come out here yet. But yeah, it was, oh hell, it was longer than that. It's been 40 minutes. Well, almost working on 40 minutes, like 38 minutes from being 40 minutes. I mean 2 minutes from being 40 minutes. So, you know, I could, if it was my truck, I could have tightened up the oil filter and been gone by now. But whatever, man, you know. Major problem, you know, like, okay, let's see. The last major problem where my truck had to be towed, by the way, I'm in the sub Volvo that I got Monday. Today is what, Wednesday, I believe. No, hell, it's Thursday. Damn, I'm late. Yeah, I got it Monday. This morning, and I'm gonna get it. Well, I ain't gonna get in trouble. Just, I normally, even though I'm supposed to do a pre-trip, I very seldom do pre-trip, because I can usually tell what's wrong with my damn truck pretty soon. You know, pretty soon, not always. But I went to get breakfast. If I hadn't went and got breakfast, I would have noticed the oil leak. I would have crunked the damn truck up and drove on off. But I went to get breakfast, and I come back and I see the damn oil leaking from up on the truck, and I'm like, that ain't right. So I was going to crank up and just drive on in. Well, no, let me change that. I was going to crank up because I figured it was a leaking. It had been leaking anyway, and I just hadn't noticed it. But then I remembered I parked somewhere else and left the truck running. And if it was leaking, I would have noticed it. So I said, most likely the leak just started. So I said, let me check. So I popped the damn hood and realized it was the oil filter leaking. I checked the oil. It's still full of oil. I checked it a few days ago. I got gas yesterday, but I didn't check the oil. I didn't even pop the damn hood. Yeah, I know I'm supposed to, but I did. 2 days ago, I checked the oil and it was full of oil. Well, it's still full of oil, but it's a little bit lower down than it was the first time I checked it. So I think the oil leak just started. But anyway, so the purpose of this video was to actually say this. I was watching the video and some guy was talking about which engine is better, DD15 or the Cummins ISX, or whatever they call it, ISX. His name is TAT Express Inc. I think I watched one. Hell, I'm actually subscribed to him. Just realized that. But anyway, he was talking about which engine he preferred. You know, he was talking about the Cummins costs more. I assumed it. I mean, I never bought a truck before, so I don't really know. But I assumed the Cummins costs more. He says it costs more. He didn't say how much more. He thinks the Cummins will last longer because it's built with better parts. I don't like the Cummins. It's a pretty engine. It's a big, pretty engine with a whole lot of stuff going on, but I don't like it. And the reason I don't like them is not because of this leaking oil. That's got nothing to do with the engine. Everyone, they run loud. They run loud. They sound like they knocking to me. Now, some people say, well, it's because the valves ain't been adjusted. Why the hell you need to adjust the valve on a damn tractor trailer? Seems like to me that they will design the valves where they don't need to be adjusted. But again, I'm no expert on that. All I know is every time I drive a Cummins, the motor be loud as hell. Just sound like it's, to me, it reminds me of a damn steam engine. You know, this engine is loud. Now this is a Cummins and a Volvo, right? And it may be that, well, I haven't driven a Volvo. Well, I drove my Volvo. And before that, the last Volvo I drove, I don't remember what the engine was in there. It's been a long time ago. I haven't driven a Volvo in a long time. But I've driven international. And every international, I've driven like the last 3-4 internationals, and they had those Cummins engines, and they all were loud and just rough running, you know? So I don't like them. I prefer the Detroit. They loud too, but they don't sound like they're freaking knocking, you know? Which one lasts the longest? Honestly, I don't know, because my company, we keep them to about 500,000 to 700,000 miles. So the last truck I had was the DD13, and it had 430,000 miles. By the way, I talked to the driver who's still driving that truck. He said it was 550,000, and he said he's getting ready to give him another truck. The International I used to drive some years ago, when I gave it up, it had 530-some thousand miles. It was loud. I don't know. To be honest with you, right now, and I'm not just saying this because I drive a Volvo, I would rather have the smaller 13-liter Volvo, well, the 12.8 Volvo engine. To me, they run quieter, they run smoother, they make just as much horsepower, just as much torque as the big engine. As a matter of fact, it makes more torque than this engine. This engine is rated, I looked on the tag, this engine is rated, I think it was 1,650 pound-feet of torque at 1,000 RPM. The little 12.8 Volvo is rated at 1,850 at 1,200. So the Volvo is making more torque than this Cummins. Now, does the Cummins has better clutch engagement torque, which means at idle, when you engage the clutch, the Cummins will have more pull-off? Yeah, it will, but the majority of your time is spent pulling hills, not pulling off from damn red lights, okay? So I would prefer to have the Volvo. To me, it runs quieter, runs smoother, burn less fuel, you know, and pull just as hard. But how long will the Volvo engine last? I don't know, we'll find out. Have I had any problem with the Volvo engine? The engine itself, no, just had some speed sensor problem. But since they fixed that, I haven't had it anymore. Why is it in the shop now? Because the heater don't want to work. And when are these people coming, man? But this is what happened when you work for a company. But one thing, I'm gonna tell you something about my company. I don't have to worry about. I'm not going to be kept waiting very long. My company will raise hell if we park for more than 2 hours waiting on a damn tow truck or whatever. As a matter of fact, when it's cold outside, they really raise them hell. You know, I mean, it's cold. I mean, I got my jacket on like this, but man, I got my jacket on because I don't want y'all to see my name on my company, but I'm okay. It's got a bunk heater back there I can turn on, which I don't want to smell it. I don't want to smell it. I don't even want to know what it smells like. but I'm sure I can turn that on and keep me warm. But I just sit here. I'm not cutting that sucker on. This truck, it smells better than any other sub I've been in since I got my Volvo, but it still stinks. The person had it, waste sugary stuff everywhere, and I need to go on off duty since I'm sitting here, been sitting here for an hour on duty. So might as well go off duty. While I'm on off duty, it doesn't say breakdown, so I guess I'll put other. And I need to put the damn mileage. The mileage is supposed to pop up, but it don't pop up on this damn thing for some reason. 240, 526. And if you're wondering why did I missing value? What's missing value? Oh, you want to comment? Okay, fine. Oil leak. You happy now? Now can I go off duty? Thank you. Oh, why did I open the door? Because if you open the door, the mileage pop up a lot quicker than if you cut the switch on. Because if you cut the switch on, the computer's gotta go through the motions, and it's gotta check this and check that and check this and check that. It's gotta flash everything on, and then everything's gotta go away before the mileage comes up. If you just open the door, the mileage pop up just like that. That's why I open the door. What else? Guess that's it. But yeah, if I just say, you know, I've never driven, okay, I drove a Peterbilt, and I think I drove a Kenworth. No, I drove a Kenworth. I haven't driven a Peterbilt yet, but I've driven a Kenworth. It wasn't a big Kenworth. It was a smaller one. It rides good. It had Michelin tires on it, so it rode damn good. If I had to pick, well, just say, we'll just put it, I'll make it this way. If I was buying a Volvo and I had to pick an engine, it would be a Volvo engine, period. Damn sure be a Volvo transmission, because this, oh, that's another thing I gotta tell y'all about. This freaking, says Eaton or whatever. It shifts slightly better than the International's 10-speed. They're probably the same transmission though. They damn sure feel like it. They sluggish, it's 10 speeds, and it don't hang up. Like the International, you make a left turn going up a hill, and the damn transmission can't figure out what to do. This one right here don't quite do that. Although the other morning, I pulled out in traffic and the damn thing wouldn't shift. It would not shift out of second gear. So I had to come to the side of the road, cut the switch off, turn it back up, and it started shifting. But I haven't had that problem anymore. But yeah, if you're gonna buy a Volvo engine, get the Volvo automatic transmission, because this crap here sucks. But yeah, if I bought a Volvo, it would be the Volvo motor. Damn sure would be. They quieter, burn less gas, pull just as hard, and that'd just be my choice. Now, will a Volvo engine outlast a Cummins? I don't know. But anyway, I guess that's all I gotta say. Damn, it's a long video. Y'all have a good day.